morning! I slept really well last night, but I just couldn't get out of bed this morning, so we're running 20 minutes late. So I think I might work from home today. It also aligns nicely because I've got some coding work, and then I can just sit and use my brain. Problem with that is, I think I might have a binge eating problem, which means if I'm around food, I will eat it. So I'm gonna try really hard today to not do that. That's gonna be the major goal of today. I actually don't know how hard that is for me. Anyway, let's get dressed. Let's go run. 57 minutes later, we're back. Let's go have a shower. Good morning, everybody. The great thing about working from home is at 8 o'clock and I've already replied to messages. Now it's time to make our breakfast. As you know, it is oats most days. I go through hyperfixation first. Ooh, oats is that for me today. A scoop and a little bit. I think that's too much. And we cook. Good morning! I had my breakfast, it was great, and I've been sitting here for about an hour trying to get some code done because I've got yesterday I left it at a point where I was like, oh, I'm so close to being done, but I just need to get it done. It's a lot easier for me because I love people and I get distracted by people. So if I'm here, at least when I've got coding to do, you put your earphones in, put some music in, and it's actually fun. It's really fun. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the majority of the day. So it means I'm not going out and about. I think at lunchtime we'll take a walk because we do need to get out, I guess. But I thought today what we can do is we can talk about what is AI, but like really. Because I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there, and I think it was 2022 where ChatGPT was released to the public, and it kind of blew our mind how good this technology is. And it's changed the world forever. But there are different types of AI, and when we talk about AI, we're not being very specific. So I think throughout the day we'll go into the different types of AI from a layman's perspective. I'm not going to go into too much detail about how all of them work, but it would just be nice to understand the difference, or different AIs, I guess. When we say AI, what do we actually mean? So okay, so we're taking a little bit of a mid-morning break before we have some coffee, and I thought I'd explain what is AI. So for those who don't know, AI stands for artificial intelligence. Now, it's coined the name because it effectively can do things that only humans could do in the past. It's something that almost like it requires human intelligence to do. Like a dog can't do this, but now humans and these mathematical hardware, software bodies that we've got can do, which we've coined AI. And they can do certain things from like understanding language, recognizing pictures, generating speech, learning from data, and effectively making decisions. At the end, ChatGPT can be like, I think option 1 is the best choice. That is making a decision. But remember, it's not magic. It's effectively pattern recognition done at scale. We're still here. We haven't moved much. We're still getting along with it. I hate UIs. I'm really bad at UI development. I am not. It's really annoying for me, and I'm trying to sit here trying to do it, and the problem is I have like an expectation and my skills don't match that expectation. When I want this to be red and I can only make it purple and I can never make it red, and that frustrates me. So that's why I hate UI stuff. Maybe I just need to lower my expectations, and purple is okay. Anyway, that's kind of really what I'm doing. And I've eaten chips, which I shouldn't have eaten. Damn it. Okay, back in November 2022, this guy was released to the public. And I remember I was studying philosophy at the time, and then this large language model, whatever this is, ChatGPT, entered the discussion, and we were like, what is this?
and we start to play with it. And then, philosophers had all of these crazy questions about what is actually going on here. Why does this thing act like it's human and act in a convincing manner that it's human? And that's what kind of scared us, but also excited the conversation around it. So it meant that I studied 2 years in the realm of understanding what AI is and predicting what's going to potentially happen in the future with AI. And for me, my special interest was a little bit on the human AI connection. So what happens when an entity starts mimicking this human intelligence? Do we start forming bonds with it? That's still what fascinates me, and it's still what I am doing my PhD on at the moment. But I thought we'd go a little bit deeper into looking at ChatGPT is not the only type of artificial intelligence. There are many other ones that actually exist. But ChatGPT is a large language model. And a large language model effectively means that it's very good at predicting the next word in text. Now, it sounds crazy that ChatGPT can write you a whole essay, but what's actually happening every single time is the cat sat on the mat. It is predicting the next word based upon the previous words. The underlying architecture that made ChatGPT blow up and be like, oh my gosh, this technology is insane, is the notion of transformers. And I'm not going to go into the architecture unless you would like me to in some further videos, but effectively that transformer was able to attest attention, that's what they call it, on certain words. So when I say the dog was running in the grass and then it jumped over the boulder. Now, you and I both know that the it for jumping over the boulder was referring to the dog. But when you're predicting word by word or reading word by word, you forget that the dog was the subject in the previous sentence. So what attention did is it revolutionized that. It knew that the it was actually talking about the dog. And that's how it now is able to write an entire essay about the dog and not just get lost in predicting the next word. Now, there are other types of AI that I've referenced in my videos before that we use on a daily basis that we don't even, well, I think now we know that it's AI, but before the release of ChatGPT, I think the general public didn't actually know that these things were actually powered by artificial intelligence. For example, Google Maps, that predicting the way and the best way to go, that uses artificial intelligence under the hood. Or Spotify, that predicts your music taste based upon what you've listened to previously and what thousands of other people listen to. Again, predicting. Face ID to unlock your phone, that is 100% running AI underneath the hood. Instagram, again, what post to show you, or TikTok, what post to show you. And then down to the simple, we've spoken about Roombas or those like not fake, but like those vacuums that clean the floor, figuring out where to go and how to not jump off a cliff. Obviously it's learned that, but that is artificial intelligence.
Oh, it looks like I have a little dinosaur head here. What's going on? Anyway, this is lunch. Leftover broccoli and some aromat. We have this a lot in South Africa. It's basically just MSG, but it makes things taste nice. And then these tiny chips. So health is only thought about from 3%. But yeah, I'm still doing my code. I have an unpopular opinion, but vibe coding is actually so much harder than just code coding, because I'm trying to get ChatGPT to help me out with this, and it does not understand what I'm saying. And maybe I'm not a good prompt engineer, but oh my gosh, I just want to throw this computer out the window. Anyway.
2 hours later.
And we haven't moved, but it's like my shirt. Do you know where this is from? Namibia is literally one of my favorite countries in the world, so you should check it out. But yeah, representing. I haven't got much further. Kind of annoying. I think I'm pawning off making it look beautiful for actually using my brain and analyzing the results. I think that's because I'm lazy. So this feels like an easier way to do it, which is not the right way because I'm going to have to analyze it at some point. But anyway, we're here, we're doing it.
Okay, we've reached hat stage of the day. I have this like theory have to give me a lot of comfort. It feels like my brain waves get like stuck in here, and it helps me think better because I'm getting very frustrated by the code. But anyway, barring that, let's talk about some of the underlying architecture. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard about neural networks. Now, neural networks, effectively, this is what runs underneath the hood of a lot of these AIs. Now, the pattern on how it runs and how it looks, whatever, that is up to the design of the person that's built this model that's going to be good at predicting and doing all these kind of things. Yeah, I can't tell you the structure of OpenAI's one or Gemini or your facial recognition because they keep that sensitive. But effectively, it's mimicked on how we think or how we know to a certain degree how the brain works. And these neurons actually talk to each other, and effectively, at the end, it goes like left to right, like your input goes here and the maths changes, and then eventually gets the output. And then that number effectively for a large language model is like, okay, the output of this is and. It's crazy. It's crazy how it goes through that, but it's super, super cool. So there are some ones that I'm going to go through some of the most common ones that maybe you don't know. There's a convolutional neural network. That one is basically used it works very well for pictures. Predicting, well, not predicting, but figuring out what's in a picture. Like it says that this is a cat, or this is a dog, or this is a fish. It's very good at doing that pixel by pixel. It like zooms in to the pixel and is able to predict why, based upon color and all this other kind of stuff, what the next pixel is. And based upon the pixel arrangement, it tells you that this is a cat or a dog. It's mind-blowing when you actually think about it. The next one, recurrent neural networks. These are a little bit old. When I was telling you before, transformers with the attention, it's actually taken over a lot of these recurrent neural networks, but effectively they were used to predict the next word or to predict speech or to predict like the next thing. And then transformers, we spoke about this before, but it was part of the revolutionary side of things. So those are the major ones that are there. There's some autoencoders and all this other kind of stuff, but I think without going too technical, those are the major ones that we would interact with on a daily basis. They're not sitting in the cloud doing some hectic other stuff, but this is potentially what's behind the tech that you and I use on a daily basis.
We're in hat territory now because things aren't really working and I'm getting annoyed. But I've drunk 2 whole things of this and only had like 2 servings of chips. So we're doing okay, except I did have yogurt and chocolate digestive biscuits. I feel like I just wanted the chocolate, so I was like, well, I'll have the chocolate digestive, it's healthier. Then I was like, oh, it's actually really not that healthy, therefore I'll put it in yogurt to make it even healthier. And then by the time I've just eaten 3 times the amount of calories if I had just taken a chocolate. Anyway, sometimes maybe smart, sometimes maybe dumb. Anyway, let me continue. An angle change and a hairbrush. What is that for a coding day? I'm gonna make some tea. You see this tea? I technically stole it from the university. But it's really nice. It's like forest fruit. So we're gonna do that. It's around about 2:30 now. I would really love a glass of champagne. I don't know why. I just feel like a glass of champagne. But we're not gonna do that because we're working and we don't have champagne. So this will have to do.
Okay, so I didn't get everything working, but it's fine. We'll get it working tomorrow. It's okay. But I think I wanted to talk a little bit more about AI and how I've mostly explained AI that is pretty generative at the moment. Effectively, what that means is from an input, it produces an output. Now, there are other types of AI that don't generate something like a text or a picture and all this kind of stuff. It's actually more common for AI to not be generative. In the public nowadays, it's got a lot more hype because it's something that humans do. We can produce an output. But a lot of the AI that you and I interact with is, well, we don't interact with it directly. It's an indirect interaction that will actually or probably has affected you and you don't even know it. For example, like if you ever wanted to get a loan, There's some AI out there profiling you and putting you into some sort of category to be like, yes, you can afford this type of loan. It's not generating anything, it's categorizing things. Same thing with hiring platforms. A lot of the time your CVs come in hot and they get read by an AI. They say, this person has the skills, whatever, yes or no. It's not a human doing that anymore. We physically can't do with the amount of applications that these jobs get. The issues, there's a lot of issues there. Stephen Bartlett, I don't know if you know him. I don't know if I'm a fan, I haven't decided yet, but I enjoy his podcast. He just released a, what is it called? Culture test or something, culture hire or something, which if you go onto the website, you can see it's a fully AI thing. So effectively, you define what your company culture is, and then you put the CVs in and it says, will this person fit the culture? And for me, that is like the scariest thing, because this algorithm is saying, do you effectively meet, the workplace is happy, the workplace cares about this, the workplace is this. Does Bianca's CV portray that? And I don't like that. For me, like, how am I going to portray if I'm a culture fix by looking at my CV? Like, surely there needs to be some sort of human interaction to be like, oh, that's actually where Bianca's morals and values and everything lie. Like, it just scares me, but it's happening, and it's scalable. That's the crazy thing about these AI. They make it scalable. It means that I, as a human, don't have to go through all of these, oh, let me sit in front of this person and see if they're a good culture fix. All I do is run their CV through and the AI is like, nah. But then, that's when it goes wrong, when you start profiling people. And there's been a lot of cases in the Netherlands here as well about who gets what money from the government, and they profiled a lot of people really badly because of, I don't know, their algorithms went sideways. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but there's issues. Again, it's the same thing with crime, predictive ideas of where do we position certain things because there's more crime in this area because of XYZ, or because this type of people, profiling again, live here. And that's not right and not fair, because it's taking a general average and projecting it down to you and me. And if you are in this world, and I hate saying this, but I'm a very privileged white woman here. If I'm not this, then I might get the butt end of these AI algorithms, and that's not fair. And that is like something that makes me so angry in life. And it's something that I'm working to fight towards. Like, we can't be doing this. It's not okay. And if it means we can't use AI and we can't scale, then we shouldn't. Obviously, humans have bias, but imagine my individual human bias or someone else's individual bias. Now, with AI, that is scaled and multiplied. That one thought is just projected on everything, and you don't have other people or other voices projecting, be like, hey, no, Bianca, you're biased over here. I'm like, you're right, I am. We're not doing that with AI. We're just letting it go. And we don't even understand its biases, and that's so not fair to the people that are disadvantaged based upon that. It's one of the reasons why I'm here doing this PhD. Instead of working in companies, making lots of money, writing tech, I'm trying to do a little bit better in the world around AI, because I really do think it's important. Again, insurance policies, it's projecting, this is the type of person you are, you're more risky, you're blah, 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 blah. Think about like your Fitbit, Garmin, Apple Watch data. That is 100% making its way to insurance companies to say, okay, I can see that Bianca runs every day. She is stereotypically fitter than the average this person. Therefore, we can take a risk on her. Chances are she's not going to touch wood. Chances are she's not going to get sick or whatever, so she's not going to use our money. Therefore, she's a good candidate for this insurance policy. Like, 100% profiled, and that's all done by AI. Online shopping, it knows what I like. Clearly knows that I like black, and it will show me, I was going to say black thing. Yeah, I think on that note, we'll end our end this. It's already gone on for too long, but yeah, it's really important that we know a little bit more about the AI or the technology that we use.
We haven't moved much today. I need to go touch grass, I think. Still not working how I want, and it's like freaking how many hours later? 8 hours, maybe 9 hours later. And this is the thing with software, is that I could honestly spend another up till midnight doing this, just to like make it work and figure it out, because it's annoying me. I'm so close, but I also can't because I've got other stuff to do. We have green. We made it outside. It's good. Still frustrated because I haven't fixed my problem yet, but we will. Do you think these are edible? And are they raspberries? Well, maybe they're actually mulberries. I kind of want to try it. I forgot we have this new technology called AI, where I could just take a picture like this. Take a picture with ChatGPT and ask it, can I eat these? Let's see what it says. So they say that it's blackberries. Yes, the fully black plump berries in your photo are edible. Don't eat the red, unripe ones. Okay. Okay, cool. Now I'm just gonna help myself to some blackberries. That's awesome. And that, kids, is how much authority and trust I give AI and ChatGPT these days. That's actually so bad. But like, I would have Googled it and probably come to the same conclusion. But I will probably Google it when I get back. Okay, I walked deeper into like a weird forest. And why is this here? Hello, Netherlands? There's a bicycle. I don't know if you can see. There's no wild animals here, it's just bicycles. And even more creepy, can you guys see? It's a bicycle seat. This bicycle has a seat already. This is weird. Feel low-key uncomfortable. What is going on here? This feels weird. Ah! Do you think it's worth the risk? They look really good. Excuse my hair. Okay, so we had our dinner. Now it's time to have our dessert. Let's hope this doesn't kill me. If it does, sucks to suck. So we washed them, and now let's try one. Oh, they're sour. Very sour. They're nice. I would say, well, give it a bit, but worth it. Am I a forager now? Wow. PhD salary for the win. See, this is like, I annoy myself by doing this. It's currently 8 o'clock and this code is not running, and I've got this like itch that I have to get it done. And I promised myself in this new chapter of my life that I was not going to land up in this hole. But software is so intoxicating, because it's teasing, this edging of like, you're so close to getting it right, but you're so far, because everything you try just like breaks. And it's one of like, sitting here trying to solve this is one of the reasons why there's a lot of reasons why I had a big career shift, but it's also one of the reasons why I actually did really well as a software developer, because it was this like itch that I couldn't let go when it wasn't working. So yeah, hopefully I'm gonna give myself 10 minutes. I have 2 music videos that I can watch, and then we're calling it quits and we'll do it tomorrow. Okay, we have a problem because I was doing my stuff. It has not been 15 minutes. It has probably been about 45 minutes now, and I thought I could save time by doing my face and all this kind of stuff before I go have a shower. But then this happened, which means I have to play with it, and maybe it can solve my problem. Let's see. ChatGPT 5 was not even good enough to solve my problem, but I did notice it pushes back a lot more. It's not as agreeable as GPT-4 and 3 and stuff, so that's interesting. I'm keen to give it a little bit more, I guess, play. Sounds weird, but I'm a bit frustrated because I feel like I'm so close to solving it, but either I sit there for the rest of the night or I go to bed and I wake up with a fresh brain tomorrow. And 99%, I've been doing this for like 7 years now, and 99% of the time, if I go to bed and I wake up tomorrow, I'll solve it in half an hour. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Just a little bit of a different thing. There's no thought experiment today. I think the takeaway and kind of the message, I don't know if you've got all my themes of my vlogs, is to just be a little bit more critical about the technology that we're using and not just accept that it's there and continue using it, because it does have some consequences. As much as I am a techno-positivist, I don't know. I really like technology, and I think technology is very important, and I think it's fascinating and cool, but I'm also heavily critical on what it's doing behind the scenes to us people when we just accept it. And I think one of the things is, like, when you start hearing AI now, don't just think of ChatGPT, think of all the things that are behind it. Like, something is scanning your face every time you pick up your phone and show your face. There's some sort of algorithm behind there doing things, whether it's like your Fitbit little green light that shines to read your blood pressure. There's some algorithm developed behind that somewhere. In the beginning, maybe you wouldn't have called it AI, but now there's definitely AI. And AI is never neutral. Remember that. It's never neutral. It has some values, biases, and ideas of the companies that are running it. And that's one of the scary things about this, is that you've got private companies, one of the richest private companies, I think OpenAI is now one of the richest private companies in the world, which means that you've got these people that live by their own rules, that can make their own thing, and it's dictating a lot of what people do, whether it's spreadsheets, whether it's code, whether it's, I don't know, therapy sessions. So yeah, be critical. That's all I have to say, but I'll see you tomorrow because it's Friday.